Oops. Alright, Al, so this is, I just cleaned the fire, put out, scraped away the stuff that was obviously heat worn. And I thought I'd point out a couple of things. A couple of things to be expected. One, we do have some differences in depth. You know, of course, that can be accounted for pretty easily. You can have different consistency within the mixture itself. There's going to be places where there's probably it's more or less dense. So we have a bit of a pocket right here that seems to be affected more than the rest of the area. The second thing I noticed right away, and of course you wouldn't know, is that when I poured this piece of Crete, I did it in 2 stages. So you can see that the bottom part right in here had longer to cure. You can also then see that it's affected differently. It's actually harder and less affected by the fire. Now, one of the things I didn't point out immediately is that I didn't let this cure properly, and I did that on purpose. I was putting the mixture in a kind of a worst case scenario. What would happen if we were needing to deliver a not fully cured panel to a job site so they could continue working, and then that job site caught fire? Highly improbable, but it would put the material in its, like I say, worst case scenario. Now, I'm actually pretty happy about the outcome. It demonstrates 2 things: that the better cured the material is, the more fire resistant it becomes. And like I say, you can see that by the difference at the pour line, that the bottom piece had a longer time to cure than the top piece. But that actually turns out really good for us, because if the product is allowed to cure its full 28 days, it demonstrates how fire resistant it really is. And if you, I don't know if you'll hear this, but that's the material, nice and solid on the outside. Again, what I'm going to do here in the future, so I'm actually going to stucco the inside of this, stucco the outside, use it as my fire pit, and just see what kind of degradation happens over time. With it lined with stucco, it would be as if it was the finished product sitting on somebody's yard, and what would happen then if there were fire. So I'm going to try that, see what happens. But it's good and solid. You can hear that. You can hear that it's solid inside, solid outside. So in a circumstance where this product had caught fire, or had been involved in a fire, I think, and of course this is going to take some time to prove, that the building itself might actually be salvageable. If not, I think we could demonstrate that it's at least structurally sound enough to be able to enter the property, take out whatever needs to be taken out, or for salvage and repair that any fire service would perform after a fire, leaving the overall building itself structurally sound enough that people could enter it and do what needs to be done.